Right. Let's now also take our corporate radar section right now before we come back to you, Milind. So please do stay on with us. Let's focus on the company Shriram Properties. The company has reported its earnings and it has registered a net profit of about 16.6 odd crore rupees in Q1 compared to 10.5 crore rupees in the corresponding quarter of last fiscal year. We've also seen it posting a growth of 59% year on year on this front. The revenues have grown 10% meanwhile as well. And joining in to discuss more details into the earnings is the company's top management. Gopalakrishnan joins in, the Executive Director and Group CFO of Shriram Properties is with us. Very good morning to you, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion on Business Today TV. With me is my colleague Shalpat Nagar too. First question to you is on the demand scenario clearly. In the space that you work in, especially after all those rate hike cycles that we've seen and the recent pauses that have come from the RBI and the outlook on the festive demand going forward. If you could shed a light on that first.
Good morning to everyone. So it's a beginning of a peak season for us. Our good seasonality starts from mid of August in southern part of the country. Overall market trends are very strong. Despite all the fears and apprehensions some of us had on the RBI rate hike impact, I think the underlying demand has done very well. Continues to remain robust and augurs well for all residential players, including us. The seasonality, as I said, starts now and it continues till mid-December. And therefore, all of us at Shriram are getting ready to capitalize on this positive uptrend. And therefore, we are lining up launches for this Q2 and Q3, which should, I think, give a significant boost to our overall volumes.
Good morning, Mr. Krishnan. Your company's IPO came somewhere in December of 2021. Almost about 18 months have passed. The IPO was at 118 rupees. And if you see the stock prices, somewhere half that value. So it's been a disappointing 18 months, especially for shareholders who've been with you for the first day onwards. Over the next 2 or 3 quarters, what does the pipeline of Shriram Properties hold so that their faith in such a strong brand from down south in the real estate space may be validated? What are your order books? What is the million square feet that you're looking to sell when it comes for the second half of this financial year?
Yeah. So there are 2 parts to the question that you raised. First is about the stock price movements. As you know, we had a not so satisfactory start in the market with a variety of factors, mostly macro. But from our side, we had been delivering consistently on the promises that has been made in terms of overall operating performance as well as financial performance. We made a turnaround post-listing the first financial year, FY22. We had a modest turnaround. FY23, we had a 68 crores of profits from a negative territory that we had in the past. So consistently, quarter after quarter since IPO, I think the volume performance has been good. Operating and financial performance has been good. I think the liquidity overhang is a concern that we believe market is focusing on, with private equity investors holding 35% of the company post-IPO. I think a part of that has got solved as well in the month of March. Then the stock got a little bit of a re-rated and trading at a higher band now. While we are concerned about the stock, I think our focus should be on delivering consistent performance, and at some stage market will recognize the strength of the financial performance in the market position that we have. So we remain focused on operating and financial performance, and we continue to deliver consistently improving results. Coming to our financial outlook or operating outlook for the next couple of quarters, for remainder of the financial year to be precise, we are on track with the market on delivering about 4.8 million square feet of volumes as a sales volume for us. Should deliver about 2,500 crores of revenue sales value for us. I think we are on track, and that's going to be supported by about 11-12 launches. Two of them were launched during Q1, and we have another 3 launches lined up for Q2, 2 in Chennai and 1 in Bangalore. And we have another 3 launches in Q3 and 4 launches in Q4. Overall, the pipeline is very strong, and they're all getting ready for launch. From an ongoing portfolio, we have about 23 million square feet of ongoing projects, which 21 belong to Shriram, rest belong to landowners. Out of the 21 million square feet, we have almost sold 80% of the projects, and therefore the remaining 20% will get sold as we progress the projects. And on a completed portfolio, we have zero inventory. So that's kind of operating pipeline, which is looking very robust and very strong. With the improving scale and size, I think the financial leverage will kick in, and therefore we see continuously improving financial performance over the next 3 to 6 quarters.
Right. Mr. Krishnan, if you could tell us what is the inventory you are sitting on right now on the completed projects, and also if I have to ask you for the entire fiscal year 2024, what could be the total value of sales that you are anticipating?
We have a zero inventory on completed projects across over the several years that we have delivered almost 13,000 units, completed and delivered 13,000 units. We have a near zero inventory in those projects. All our saleable stocks are in ongoing project, which is basically a work in progress stock, and that's what I mentioned. We started off this year with about 5 million square feet of saleable inventory in ongoing projects. Rest all completed projects has a zero inventory.
Okay, and 5 million you've shared already. What about next 3 to 5 years? Could you double, triple this figure as well?
So for a full year basis, as I said, we are targeting about 4.8 million square feet of sales this year, and we expect at least to grow by 20% plus in volume terms. In value terms, this year you asked about, it's about 2,500 crores of sales value that we are aspiring for.
Right. Just one last question from my side, and that is on the gross debt levels that has reduced for you. But what is the kind of vision that you have on the reduction on the debt going forward? I mean, like we've seen about a 12% lower debt for you at 488 crore rupees.
Yeah, on a debt position, currently the quarter ended, we had about 488 crores of gross debt, 400 crores of net debt, plus or minus a few crores here. And this included a debt we assumed in the month of May as part of the acquisition, which is getting redeemed this week. Therefore, we expect to end the quarter with close to about 300 crores of net debt, and we expect the year to end with a much lower net debt at the end of March 23. So we have been working towards a zero net debt over the next 12 to 18 months. I think we are on track to deliver a zero net debt during this period. On the cost of debt, as you would appreciate, when we went IPO, we were about 14% cost of debt. 14% was our weighted average cost of debt. Today we are at about 11.9, 12, and we expect to end the second quarter, we would be about 11.3, 11.5. This is despite a 2% increase in benchmark rate. So we have done meaningfully better over the last 12 months in terms of bringing down cost of debt. Our endeavor is to keep moving down further, but I think we see another 50 to 100 basis point downside potential in our interest rates.
Mr. Krishnan, final question to you. Primarily, Shriram Properties is seen as a south-based real estate developer. You have a very, very strong brand working in your favor, and of course, the backing of a very well-known industrial group. What are the hopes, plans, and maybe some signs that we can see you expanding in the west, east, and north part of India?
Yeah. So as a brand, we have established ourselves very strongly in Bengaluru and Chennai. They account for about 85% of our volume. These are two big cities we operate in south. We have a presence in Kolkata, which accounts for some part of our overall volumes, where we have a large land parcel which is being developed. Other than these three markets basically account for 95% of our today's volumes. We are aspiring to look at a couple of more new markets. We have stated publicly that we would be evaluating Hyderabad and Pune in the near term. We are making some efforts. I think we will make a cautious evaluation and make a cautious entry into these markets over the next few quarters.
Right, Mr. Christian, thank you so much for your wonderful time and,
Thank
of
you.
course, the fantastic earnings that you've posted. We hope that long-term shareholders who joined you since the inception would definitely see the stock outperforming in the coming quarters. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Coming
you.
back to Mileen,